afternoon. Woo! Zaner and Ruski are in the house. They are here for Furry Friday, along with Olivia and Ella and myself. And you guys, okay, first of all, the rain.
Yes. We're happy for it. We're very happy for it, though.
I think it needs to stop. I don't like rain. It needs to come, but yeah. I don't like it.
It can only rain at night when we're sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not doing that today. You guys hear it is raining a lot, and it's expected to rain for like the next 4 or 5 days. Yes. Little Miss Ella is a little bit weird. So you may have seen that we're doing a Q&A today. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about with the Q&A. But we figured, people are coming and the beasts must go and investigate. What we were going to start with, and okay, we're going to bookend this, you guys. So we're going to start with our favorite supplements. Each one of us, we've picked a favorite supplement. So we're going to talk about that. We are going to end with revealing the new fresh food that you guys have been waiting for a month. The freezer is full. And we're going to reveal that at the end of the Q&A.
We're so excited for you guys to see this. We were like debating if we wanted to do this today, but we realized we have to because we've kept you guys waiting for so long. And although there's still more surprises coming, this can give you some hope and relief for to take over that.
Yes, we can relieve some of the suspense.
Yes.
Yes. And so we will show you that at the end. So as we have done in the past, you guys, we've got TikTok and we've got Facebook. So if you see us going back and forth between the two or answering questions that you don't see in your feed, that's why. So we will get started right away. Olivia is going to grab her most favorite supplement and she's going to tell you why it's her favorite and why you should be using it.
Okay, so of course everything in the store is my favorite, so it was very hard for me to pick. But what I picked was the ground sprouted seeds from Carnivore. So this is their Flora 4. This is what they use in their food as their natural preservative. It's also a natural pre and probiotic, and it really aids in digestion. And if anybody knows me, I have digestion problems myself. I have highly debated taking this as one of my pre and probiotics, and I'm thinking in summer or maybe end summer I might do that just to kind of try something else. But yeah, this is definitely a hit. It works so good with the flukes, and we can't get enough of it. Yes. We really can't.
Zaner gets this every day, you guys. And for those of you who were with us back last summer when Zaner was having his tummy troubles and we were trying everything we could, going back and forth to the vet, doing all the tests, and all of the tests were coming back that everything is fine, but we knew it wasn't because the poor little boy had diarrhea every day and was throwing up like 3 or 4 times a week. I did an FMT on him, a fecal microbiome transplant, which we will do a live on that for those of you who have furry guys that are suffering with allergies or hair loss or itchiness or digestive issues that you and hairballs. No, that's what I would not do an FMT for hairballs.
Oh, but
yeah. So Ella's trying to jump in here without knowing what the conversation is. But there's so many things that an FMT can actually address. And doing the FMT really helped Zaner. But then by adding this afterwards, I had a completely different dog, you guys. So he gets this every day. I'm waiting for proper weather. And I should go buy some fruit. And then I will make my smoothies. And I'm totally adding the Flora 4 because it is so fantastic. Natural pre and probiotics, including digestive enzymes, fantastic source of fiber. Can't get enough of this stuff.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of Carnivore, somebody just asked, is Carnivore a Canadian brand or can it be found in the States?
It is a Canadian company. Now, I think it might be sold... I think it's sold in the U.S. I'm not sure. Do they have a store locator on there? I'm just looking at Ella's just going to see if there's a store locator because Carnivore is an amazing food. So this is their original ground organic sprouted seeds. They have just released a new version that includes, it's their super greens.
Yeah.
So it's got like broccoli seeds, and
They're all over the state.
they are all over the state.
Yeah.
So you can find Carnivore anywhere. You can go to their website and you can figure out where
Yeah.
you can get it.
And then somebody asked on TikTok again, to go back to the FMT. Carly, did you do the FMT capsules from Animal Biome? Yes.
100%, you guys. So they are now called Doggy Biome. So they're a company out of California. What I did was I ordered 2 testing kits, and essentially we're testing the stool. So Zayner does number 2 business. They provide all of the things that you need. You get little gloves, and you get your little Q-tip swab, and you get the little solution that you put the sample in, and then you send it back to them in California. Then they send you a very detailed emailed report of all of the bacteria, because our dogs and cats, in order to be healthy, need the bacteria in their system, but it needs to be balanced.
Yeah.
And so when it's off balanced, then we have an imbalanced animal, and that's where we see health issues. The reason I believe that Zayner's gut was moderately to severely imbalanced, or off balance, not balanced, however you want to say it, was I was feeding him a premium raw food, which I thought the organic veggies in the food would be enough fiber for him. I learned as I was going through all of this stuff with him that Yorkies and miniature Schnauzers specifically, their pancreases are not optimized to process a completely raw diet without sufficient fiber. I thought I had enough fiber in there. I'm guessing I did not, and that's kind of why we ended up going down the path that we did. But we did the FMT, he improved each week, and then I started including the Carnivore, Fluorophore, and in 2 days I had a completely different dog. So Animal Biome is what it was called. It is now called Doggy Biome. So they are just rebranding. It is the same thing. We are actually going to be selling the test kits in store. So we're just setting that all up so that we can actually bring the test kits in store. I don't want to sell the actual pills because they expire. And so I want you to get them fresh from Doggy Biome, but we will have the test kits so that you know if you need those pills. Okay. Do we still add the Carnivore for supplement if they are eating Carnivore? You can. So Sarah's asking if you need to add Carnivore, Fluorophore to the meal if they're eating Carnivore. It is preserved with the ground organic sprouted seeds, so it's not, you don't have to, but it's never going to hurt. Prebiotics, probiotics, fiber, never going to hurt.
Yeah.
And now you're pointing, I have a Yorkie in the same situation with a raw diet was Carnivore, the only fiber supplement you added. So so while doing the FMT, I transitioned Zayner back to a freeze-dried raw diet, which he did very well on. And is it the only fiber supplement? Yes. So there is some vegetables in his freeze-dried raw, but his Carnivore, Fluorophore is the only fiber supplement. But I do add some others, which takes me to my introduction of supplements. Whoa. This is one of my favorites, you guys. So this is turkey tail mushrooms. We do have a variety of different mushroom supplements. Turkey tail also comes in a liquid tincture. What we love about mushrooms, period. Mushrooms are immunity boosters. So we've got a TikTok coming out, you guys. It's actually a series. So bear with us while we create the entire series before we post it. But it's all about the healthy, fresh foods right out of your own kitchen that you can incorporate into your pet's bowls. And I'm talking about mushrooms in one of those series.
Saying hi to my mom. My mom started watching.
And so one of the statistics that I talk about in that mushroom series of the TikTok series, the mushrooms episode, is that just by us including a quarter to a third cup of mushrooms in our diet every day, we can reduce our chances of getting cancer by up to 30%. It doesn't have to be a quarter to a third cup of mushrooms in the dog's diet, but just by including mushrooms in their diet, we can do the same for them. Turkey tail specifically has the properties to actually fight cancer. So if we have a furry guy or a person who is battling the C word, including turkey tail mushrooms into the diet is a fantastic way to try to help regenerate those white blood cells to help fight cancer. And I'm only going to talk about that one because otherwise I'm going to go on a rampage. So now Ella's going to talk about her most favorite supplement.
This is my most favorite supplement. We just got them in. Don't know if you guys can see. I'm standing in the way of both of them. Okay,
That's all right.
This is the Calming Supplement by Open Farm. So before this, the only two calming supplements that we had, one was you have to use it every single day in order for it to be effective, which works great for some situations. And the other was it's only intermittent, so only for like vet trips or car rides that are scary, which works great for other situations. But we didn't really have a like, you can use it here and there, or you can use it everyday option. And this is bridging that gap. So Open Farm, they're 100% traceable supplements, but this is a calming one. If you have a dog with like just general anxiety, you would use it every single day. If you have a dog with separation anxiety, you just give it before you leave. If you have a dog like my dog who is nervous in new situations and I want to prepare her the best I can, you would use this before that. So they are pretty cool. They're little soft chews. This little square shows you how big they are. They're just tiny little chews. You serve either 1 to 3 a day depending on your dog's size, and they come with 90 of them. So if your dog isn't good at taking supplements, because some dogs can sniff out that powder and not do it, this is a really good way to do it. Open Farm has other line or other additions to the line of their soft chews, so those are really good ones if you have picky dogs, or if you just want something easy and convenient that you don't have to measure out, you just use these guys. So super excited about them. They have been the best seller of this line so far. This is their little QR code at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but when you are in store or if you're online, this will take you to their website where it has all the information about the product. It is also 100% traceable and trackable. So if you type in the lot code on their website, they will tell you where every single ingredient came from. They are an amazing company, so we are pretty excited about the supplement line. So this is just one of their supplements that they came out with.
5.
But I love it. 1 of 5.
1 of 5. Yeah.
Yeah. We have some comments.
We have some comments.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
Here they come. Here they come.
Someone says, hello, you guys are my favorite.
Oh,
Yay, our
thank
favorite
you.
people are live. Oh, that's Eddie Lou's mom. Oh, I didn't know Open Farm had supplements. They just came out with them, so we are pretty excited. They just came out with them, so we're pretty excited. But now we want to get into our nutrition Q&A. So any questions you guys have about pet nutrition, whether it's cat or dog or treats or food or supplement, go ahead and ask them. This is your time to ask questions. Because that's
Ella really wanted to do cat nutrition this week, so for all those kitty pet parents out there, now it's time to drill Ella with all the
cat
questions.
questions. Hello, how is Native Pet prebiotic? We don't have Native Pet, I don't believe.
Native Pet Prebiotic. I have never heard of that brand.
No.
So we would have to do some research before we could give you any type of good answer.
Yeah, it's a prebiotic. So most of the time, prebiotics are fiber sources. So you can use a fiber supplement. You can use your Carnivore. Prebiotics are great. You just got to pair them with a probiotic. So if it's only a prebiotic, then you got to add in like a goat's milk or a powdered probiotic. So
The easiest way too to think about kind of prebiotics and probiotics and how they work together. Prebiotics seed the gut so that probiotics can come in and flower the gut with the healthy bacteria. So we want the prebiotics in there just to seed the gut so that the probiotics have somewhere to grow the healthy bacteria. So if it's just a prebiotic, you're seeding without, watering or dirt in your garden. So you need other things to grow the healthy bacteria.
And vice versa. Probiotics by themselves are okay. They're just not giving their full effort. Probiotics, they need the prebiotics in order to survive the digestive tract and actually get to where they need to get.
Yeah.
So they need to be used in combination. Someone says, hey from New Hampshire.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, hi from New Hampshire. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So I feed
Hampshire, of course.
Yeah.
Hampshire?
Hampshire.
Hampshire. Okay. So I feed Steve's real raw food to my cats. I know it's dog/cat. Do you have any other raw options? Since you're in the States,
So
I
in
don't
the
know.
in the States, in Canada, we don't have all the same options that you guys do. What we carry that is available in the States for our raw food is Primal. But in the States, Small Batch is also a good brand
Bones.
for raw. Bones & Co. is also another good brand for raw in the States. And it's Steve's Raw Food. I think we actually have that here.
yeah,
I think I remember seeing that.
Darwin's is good as
Oh,
well.
yeah, but I don't know enough about Steve's Raw Food. We haven't done.
Yeah, we're just happy with the brands we have. So.
Yeah.
Best advice for a dog that loves to chew. I'm cautious of the treats that say chew, don't digest. So we 100%, when we're giving chews to dogs or cats, if cats like them, they have to be 100% digestible, because we know our animals, they're going to digest them whether they're supposed to or not. So once they're in their system, we want something that is not going to compact in their stomach. We want something that will be broken down by their stomach acids. Olivia's brought in a very good option.
Yes, so this is the bull tail. So I don't know, it's pretty much the length of my torso. So it's a pretty big chew. They do come in little like 6-inch ones as well. I know this looks like rawhide, but it is not. They just use a warm water wash with pistachio shells and walnut shells to get all the gunk and everything off, and it just turns it white. And this is probably, besides raw meaty bones, this will probably be the longest lasting chew that we'll ever be able to get our hands on.
I believe so, yeah. And the dogs love it.
Yes.
It's natural.
They're natural,
Yes, and
exactly.
yeah.
That's not rawhide. It looks like rawhide, like she said, it's not. Other good options are lamb's horns. Those are good, or Himalayan yak cheese chews. Another one are raw meaty bones. So I am like a preacher for raw meaty bones. I love these things. They're so good for your animal's teeth. They're so good for their health as well. But if you have a really heavy duty chewer, these are great. They're fully digestible. You can give them the whole thing. If they're extra heavy chewers, feed them frozen. They last longer. Just make sure you're not doing one every single day. Raw meaty bones are high in calcium, which is great, but it firms the stool. So oftentimes after you feed a raw meaty bone, you'll see a white, hard stool the day after or a couple hours after. That's just the calcium that they're excreting. But if we do it too often, all of their stools are going to be like that. It's not going to be fun for them. So usually one every week, one every 2 weeks is kind of the best protocol for raw meaty bones. And size appropriate. Make sure you're choosing the right size of bone for your dog. The best size is one that they can't get down their throat. So the size of their head is a really good reference. That way they cannot push it down there no matter how hard they try.
And just like Ella mentioned of the lamb horn, that is this lighter colored one. Or we also have the water buffalo horn, quite different in size. They both have keratin in them, which is the protein that we have in our hair, skin, and nails, stuff like that. And they're super fibrous, so actually as they chew these, they brush their teeth. Both natural, so those are both the horns. And then like Ella said, just the yak cheese chew. This is just like a hard cheese that has beef in it as well. So yeah.
We got a question. Would you recommend the Honest Kitchen powdered goat's milk or Primal frozen raw goat's milk?
Entirely up to you. We have both of those, and our customers love both of those. So it's essentially what is convenient for you. In the instance that you come into the store, you're completely out of your old food, you're switching to a new food, I'm obviously going to send you home with some powdered goat's milk, and I want to feed that about a half an hour before we eat the new food to help tame the tummy. Frozen, you'd have to wait 24 to 36 hours depending on the size of your bottle. So he does both. When I don't have frozen goat's milk thawed in the fridge, he gets his powdered, and when I am on the ball and I have his frozen goat's milk thawed in the fridge, he gets his frozen goat's milk.
Yeah.
Somebody from Facebook was just asking, do the horns have an odor?
The lamb horns do. The lamb horns stink.
Sometimes, though, I call it the
Sometimes.
stink lottery because some of them do, but some of them, like the lamb horns specifically, some of them do, but some of them don't. And we don't know if they do until they start chewing them. But the
Water buffaloes.
water buffaloes, not so much. The bull tails, no scent. And you play the stink lottery when you get the Icelandic lamb horns. But they love them.
They love
the
'em.
stinkier, the better.
Yeah. Our next question. My cat has really bad hairballs. I've been trying to find a better alternative to Hill's hairball control. I brought up a couple options. First things we need to address is your cat is shedding a lot if they're getting hairballs. And also, there might not be enough moisture in the diet in order for them to help pass those hairballs the other way. So, what we first want to address is the shedding. Shedding can easily be controlled if we're feeding a biologically appropriate diet. So, a diet that is high in protein, moderate in fat, but low in carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are one of the biggest things that affects shedding levels. So, if you're feeding a dry food, it's naturally going to be high in carbohydrates. It's like 50 to 75%. I believe the Hills is on the higher end of that, which is just promoting shedding. So, best thing you can do is feed either wet food, freeze-dried, or raw. That's really going to bring down the shedding levels to start. Another thing that's going to help with it, we brought up some supplements. The Carnivore Fluorophore. We love Carnivore Fluorophore. This guy's going to help the kitties with the hairballs as well. So it's got that pre and probiotic digestive enzyme that's going to help with the gut, and it does help the cats with hairballs. Really good option. You just add it on top of their food and add in some sort of moisture, because if you're feeding a dry diet plus a dry supplement, the dog or cat is going to sniff it up their nose when they try to eat it. So bone broth, goat's milk, even warm water, just put on top of the food. Another option is by Adored Beast. It is the feline formula, feline gut soothe. This guy helps with hairballs as well. It's a pre and probiotic, digestive enzyme, and anti-inflammatory for the stomach. Both of these are really good options for your kitty, but first things first, you gotta address the diet. You got to make sure you're feeding a diet that's high in moisture, low in carbs, and those are your wet, your freeze-dried, your raws. Yeah. That's where you're going to see the best results. These are just kind of additions to that. Diet's going to make up about 70% of that hairball change. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We got some comments. Oh, Mary Lou says, "Hey, sexy ladies." Hello.
Where is she?
Right there.
Oh, there.
Lee Leonard is saying, "My back lawn is littered with lamb hooves, or probably horns. Too stinky for indoors." You know what? They're an outdoor treat. That
Well,
works.
and you know, it was funny because when Zaner first started chewing them, I smelled nothing. And then all of a sudden we had a couple customers going, "Holy cow, do those things always stink that bad?" I'm like, I have never smelled them. And of course, Santa put one in Zaner's stocking, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching TV and I'm like, "Oh my God, what is that smell?" And he was chewing on his horn, and so we got a stinky one.
Yeah.
But that was like 1 out of 5. So
Yeah.
sometimes they are stinky, and when they are very stinky.
Yes. We have a question. Is it true for chews it shouldn't be harder than your fingernail can dent? I've heard that from vets. Do you want to take that one, or do you want?
I have never heard that, and I would say that that's not true, because a bone is harder than my fingernail, and a raw meaty bone is like the best thing that we can do for chews.
I think it's more so related to not wanting to break teeth.
Well, so that is why we want to look at like knuckle bones, not weight bearing, and never cooked or cured, any type of heat processed bone. Because what's happening is when they're chewing, especially if a bone if it has been processed with any type of heat whatsoever, the bone starts to become brittle. And even though it doesn't feel brittle to us, it is. And remember, their teeth are weapons. So they're chewing, and all of a sudden they smash through the bone, and the top teeth lands on the bottom molars. That's where we can fracture teeth. Something like antlers, which are very, very strong. Some dogs have no issues with antlers, and many dogs fracture teeth. A fractured tooth is very painful. So, I mean, you're not going to give them rocks to chew on or anything, but if it's a natural product, then I wouldn't do the fingernail test. If it's natural and not heat processed, like completely natural without heat.
And that's where it comes from, is those vet fear of breaking teeth. Like Carly said, if it's natural, we don't have to worry about that hardness scale, because of course if we have heavy chewers, we can't go with the softest of a soft chew. It's not a chew anymore, it's a 5-minute snack.
Yeah.
So
5 minutes if you're lucky.
right.
So Bernie from Facebook said, Aura brand beef pizzle. Ingredient is beef pizzle alone. Thoughts on this ballistic as a chew?
Where does the brand?
Aura.
Or Aura?
A-U-R-A.
Aura. I've never heard of Aura. There are obviously different goodness grades, if you will, for bullies. And so the biggest difference for bullies usually is whether they are odor controlled or not. If they are not odor controlled, very, very stinky. If they are odor controlled, less stinky. But there's definitely, there's quality issues as well. We have the Open Range brand, which we love. We love their quality. We did bring in some other bulk bully sticks that like a 7-pound Yorkie was burning through in 10 minutes. So you know that the quality of the Open Range, at least that takes them a half an hour, right? Mm-hmm. So we know that the quality is a little bit better. They're not as greasy, so I think
and they're not stinky. They're odor controlled.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. They do have like the difference between an odor controlled and a non-odor controlled bully is that the time has been taken to wash basically the pizzle. They're washing out the urine or anything that's left in there to eliminate the stink. So if they're stinky, you know that they're not odor controlled and then likely they haven't been washed. But quality wise, I would say not greasy to the feel, not like, if they can burn through them super quick,
Likely not a good one.
probably better options out there, yeah.
And we've had people come in, buy our bully sticks, and then they go somewhere else and they bought some other ones and they come back and they're like, I will only ever buy this brand of bully stick because they actually last. The other ones, sure, you're saving $2, but your dog's going through it
Way faster.
5 times as quick, so
Yeah.
it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a question for you, Carly. What are the supplements you give your Yorkie? He's so cute. Want to do better for my Yorkie.
So Zayner gets, he, just like with his meals and his proteins, I rotate his entire diet, right? So he gets a variety of proteins, he gets a variety of food types, he gets a variety of brands, and he gets a variety of supplements. So right now, like, he's standing here looking like, he's been beaten. Come here. So he, right now, he gets bone broth every day. He also gets turkey tail mushrooms. In his supper, he gets his Carnivore Fluorophore, and he gets his green-lipped mussel supplement. He gets his green-lipped mussel supplement in the morning. And then, of course, his fresh fruits and veggies that are added to the different meals.
He's on duty.
He's
Never
totally on
stops.
duty. Yeah. But then we also, he also gets, sometimes he gets what's called, he gets what's called urinary berries, so that's a cranberry blueberry supplement. Occasionally he gets that. He also gets some super shrooms.
What's your last name?
You guys, he head of security, and he takes it very seriously. And then I'm trying to think of what other supplements that I've used or that I rotate.
You do a pretty good rotation.
I do.
like-
And he also gets Healthy Gut, or he gets Gut Soothe. So it's constantly rotations. I'm trying to think what's on my cupboard because I've got spirulina. Mm-hmm. He gets a rotation all the time. Yeah. Where are we going?
Dental care, pretty much. What would you suggest for dental care for cats?
So, though we don't often associate kitties with a raw meaty bones for cats are perfect options as well. We're just going to pick a size appropriate bone. We're not going to give a kitty a knuckle bone that is like as big as their body, right? Primal makes smaller marrow bones that are good for small dogs or cats. The other thing that Olivia is going to talk about.
So this is the plaque off powder. So Ella loves this. We originally just brought in their dental chews, which are essentially like a greenies, but like way, way better. But they're not. They're not greenies.
They're not.
They're not, but
They're a greenie replacement.
yes, okay, that's the proper wording for it. Yes, their ingredients are way, way healthier. What this is just the powder that's put in it. I'm pretty sure you don't have to mix a liquid with this, do you?
It's a dry powder, so if
Right.
you're feeding a dry food, yes, but if you're
Yeah.
if you're feeding a raw food or if you're feeding freeze dried or something with already moisture, you won't have to.
Yeah, and what this does, it just helps break down those enzymes and get rid of that plaque and tartar. The only thing with this, though, is that you have to be pretty regular with it in order for it to work. It's not kind of like I'm just going to use it once a week and hope that'll help with the bad breath or the plaque and tartar. You have to be very, very consistent with it.
That's
so.
with all dental care. I mean, I can't brush my teeth once a week and expect to have good oral hygiene. It is an everyday thing because we're eating every day, right? And we're producing saliva every day. So same as the animals.
The other thing that is going to help with dental care, scooch. The other thing that's always going to help with dental care for the furry guys, whether it's a dog or a cat, is going to be diet. So the myth out there that kibble brushes your teeth couldn't be farther from the truth, you guys. It's like me telling you to eat Doritos your whole life and you don't have to brush your teeth.
Because they're crunchy.
Right.
They're crunchy. They'll scrape off your plaque and tartar.
Right? So here's the problem with that. Dogs and cats' mouths are not designed to chew. Their mouths are made to rip and swallow. Rip and swallow. Our mouths go back and our jaws go back and forth. Theirs do not. Even if they do chew a little bit, they never chew long enough to actually scrape anything off. The best option we have for diet, the other part of that is the amount of carbs that is in kibble, which is an excessive amount of sugar when we're feeding a dry diet. And think about eating a great big icing-filled cupcake, right? Your teeth don't feel clean. Well, how does sugar clean the teeth anyways? But a raw diet, raw meat is the only thing out there that has the necessary enzymes to actually help break down plaque and debris. Again, they're not sitting there and smooshing this raw meat around on their teeth. They're literally like gulping. They're just getting it in their mouths and swallowing. So though it will help, dental care, us helping them with their dental care is key. So even if you do have a raw fed dog that gets a raw meaty bone, once a week, they might have shiny white pearly teeth. Great. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be brushing, because just helping them with their oral care, especially when 80% of pets before the age of 2 have some sort of dental disease, dental care, oral care is key.
Yeah, totally. For sure.
We've got a comment on our Facebook saying, I got the plaque off for Jovi. Woo woo!
Yeah.
We love that. We have some comments on here. Ooh, it always reloads when I try to read them. How often would you give a dog a raw bone to chew on? It depends on your dog. You need to watch the stool in order for them to tell you how often they're going to need it. I don't know if you're here for this. Raw bones are high in calcium. So if you give too much, it hardens the stool. It's going to produce a white stool afterwards, which is normal, but we only want one afterwards. So if we're seeing multiples, we're giving the raw bones too frequently. Usually a good rule of thumb is once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on your size of dog. If you have a Yorkie, you're not going to do a huge knuckle bone every single week.
Could you imagine?
That would be the calories for the week.
Would.
So that's where like a chicken neck or a chicken foot, you could definitely do once every week or once every 2 weeks. If you have a big dog, you can do it more frequently.
Yeah.
So it depends on whether you're giving like small bones, big bones, and how your dog responds to that. So watch the stools is the best way. My Yorkie isn't interested in any chews I've bought for him, but he's not a chewer / destructive. Any suggestions? I'm assuming for dental care, that's where the Protein Plaque Off would be a good option. There's also Tropiclean water additive, which is a good option. But brushing teeth, really at the end of the day, every single day, every 24 hours, brushing teeth is your best bet.
That is our bedtime routine. So every night Zaner knows that we brush our chompers, we go out and we do bedtime business, and then he goes to bed. And it's literally, you guys, so with a little guy, I'm just using a finger brush with him. And I just get him up on the counter or whatever, and I lift the lip and then I scrub the teeth. You may, if you've never done this with your dog, the younger you can start, the more likely it is that they'll be willing to let you brush their teeth. If you're starting when your dog is a little bit older, you might have to bait them with treats. I didn't find Zaner until he was almost 2, and I probably didn't know all the things about teeth It was after our first dentistry when he was 3 that I went, holy crap, I never want to put him through that again. And so I started brushing. So I did need to bait him with treats initially. Now he doesn't need treats. Now I just say, you want to go brush your chompers? And we go to the kitchen and he brushes his teeth.
That's it.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Okay. Did I miss the response for feline dental care and best toothpaste? And is using coconut oil to brush okay?
So we did talk about the feline dental care, and for those who might not know, when we're done this live, it is obviously posted to our Facebook page, and then we also post it to YouTube, so you can either find it on Facebook, it's probably easier to find it on YouTube. So we did cover feline dental care. Sorry, what was the other question?
Best
best
toothpaste is
toothpaste.
coconut oil okay?
So toothpaste, we want to make sure that there's never a whitening agent in there. It's kind of the fewer ingredients, the better when it comes to toothpaste for the furry guys. We are never using toothpaste made for us with the furry guys. Coconut oil, fantastic. If you want to take coconut oil and just like even a piece of gauze, right? You don't want some sort of material that would like lint in their mouth, but a piece of gauze and some coconut oil, absolutely. Like rub it on their teeth, make your own toothpaste with coconut oil, absolutely.
And just make sure there's no xylitol in it either.
Right.
No
And there should, nothing artificial, short ingredient lists, no whiteners. We like Tropiclean. We actually
We have their no brush gel, so you can use it as a no brush gel, just a glob on either side of the mouth.
Yeah.
If you're brushing it in, it works even better. So if you brush with it, great.
and this is the peanut butter flavored one, which most of the furry guys like it. But exactly like Ella said, you can either just like, if you've got a guy who just will not let you brush, just blub, blub, 2 little blubs, and he will lick. He will lick it around his teeth and clean his teeth. And if you brush with it, it just works that much quicker.
Okay. Didn't think to rotate supplements. I always rotate food, but is it bad if I don't rotate the supplement? If I find a new supplement, I just add it to his diet, but I don't rotate or sub some out. Depends what you're using it for. Like if it's an everyday pre and probiotic, I do pre and probiotics every day, but I like to rotate which ones I'm using. That rotation is so beneficial to them because then we're never building up the body's response to stop responding to it. We want our dogs to always respond to it the way it's intended for. Sometimes if we use it all the time, it's fine, it will always keep working. But sometimes they build up a little bit of immunity or dependence on it, which we don't want. We just want it to supplement and to help them. I'm not saying if your dog needs a hip and joint supplement to just take them off of it for a couple months. Find a different one. So if you're using an arnica-based one, go for a green-lipped mussel next. And you can rotate between those two if those are the only two that work. But that rotation is pretty important.
The other thing, if we're using powdered supplements, we don't want to feed them a bowl full of powder, even though like we want to get like all the things in there. I still don't want to feed Zaner a bowl of powder. So I usually restrict each meal to 2 different types of powdered supplements. But you can, it kind of exactly like what Ella was saying, you can pulse your supplements, which means month on, month off, month on, month off. And then we're not allowing the body to build up a resistance and not actually responding to the supplement the way it was intended.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any recommendations to alleviate liver problems for cats?
Milk thistle. For any furry guy that has liver issues, milk thistle is an amazing supplement that will not only help to heal but regenerate the liver. Regenerate. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Rejuvenate, regenerate.
There's nobody even there, you guys. There's nobody even there. So the milk thistle that we currently have in store is by our Livestrong brand, and now you guys are gonna. Oh, they make it big. I can actually see. So a Zaner size guy or any furry guys up to 30 pounds would get 1/8 of a teaspoon 1/8 of a teaspoon, you guys. So this is going to last a long time. But milk thistle is a fantastic supplement to help support the liver. If your dog or cat had to get a traditional, conventional flea or tick pill, milk thistle. You want to do a milk thistles to try to help detox and support the liver, because the liver will be working overtime to try to get that pesticide out of the body. The other option is Adored Beast has what is referred to as a liver tonic. And this is a fantastic supplement to help support the liver as well. So if you want like a natural herb, you go this way. If you want a formulated product, you would go this way. This is also liquid form, this is powder, so whatever works best.
And this one also helps with kidney, pancreas, and gallbladder functions as well. That was a mouthful. Oh my goodness. And then last thing too, so we have one liquid, one powder. This is just another liquid version as well. This is Liver Tonic by Omega Alpha. This is just a detoxification just for the liver. It's just a liquid based off of ancient Chinese medicine, so it's just a bunch of herbs. That's all.
And so like Olivia said, it's a detox. So this is something that you would give for like a month, and then you probably don't do again for another 6 months, because it's a detox. It is all natural, so if you did do it for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, it's not going to hurt anybody. But because it's a detox, we essentially detox for about a month, and then we break for about 6 months to detox again.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, that was that question. I use Black Off daily for my 17 cats. Holy cow, 17 cats. That's a lot of furry mouths to feed. You guys really know your stuff. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Bernie. Oh, Valerie. Yeah, we got Valerie and Bernie.
That's a new one. Is it safe to use milk thistle as a preventative, or only if there is a liver issue?
No, I mean, you can include milk thistle. It will support the liver, whether you're trying to like address an issue or detox. You can incorporate milk thistle into the body, or into the diet. We just want to take a look at how much and for how long. Milk thistle is probably something that you could incorporate for up to a month, but it is a supplement that I would probably pulse. I wouldn't feed that like a fiber. I would feed that rotationally.
Yeah, for sure.
Good supplements for dogs with
Reoccurring UTIs. Let me grab them.
Yeah, we did have. I'll grab these ones.
It'll be the red one. Yeah, so most of the answer is going to be cranberries or antioxidant berries, so we have lots and lots of options. Sure. So first we have Cranimals. This is just dried up 100% cranberries. Same thing with this one as well, but I believe this one, oh no, this one is just the one that has just cranberries. It's the Berry Blast that has a whole bunch in it.
And then this is the four-leaf rover red rover. So apples with skin, wild blueberries, raspberries, and cranberries. These are all whoops, sorry, I'm reading it and stuffing it in your face. But these are all the antioxidant berries. The reason that we want to try to incorporate cranberries into a furry guy who's having UTI issues is because cranberries will actually create what kind of is like a mucal lining on the UI that prevents the stones or crystals from being able to stick and develop. So very clear though, if your animal has a UTI, you need to get that addressed. None of these things will fix a UTI, but they will help to prevent.
Yeah.
So once we've had our dose of antibiotics or whatever we need to do in order to clear up the UTI, then we can incorporate a cranberry supplement into the diet to help prevent. Zaner has never had stones or crystals, but that is just part of our supplemental rotation. Plus the antioxidants are good for him.
Yeah.
So he gets a cranberry supplement every once in a while. Again, he's never had a UTI.
No.
We can't fix a UTI with cranberries, be very, very clear about that, but we can help prevent future UTIs when incorporating the supplement after it's been resolved.
Yeah. And then this one, just to list off the ingredients, because I said there was a whole bunch of different berries in there. So there's blueberry, raspberry, cranberry, blackberry, apples, coconut, and ginger, and everything is organic. So really, really good as well.
Any recommendations to leave liver? Whoops, hang on a second. Sorry, now I've lost the question. Bear with me.
It's our little security guard. So these are some of the open farm samples.
Okay.
Retry, see if you want
Oh,
them again.
there we go. We got that, and now I'm moving. What is it called?
If she likes it, keep the bag. If she doesn't,
I'll need more information. What do you recommend for fleas? Well, so typically, fleas, a healthy animal with a healthy immune system is unlikely to attract fleas or get fleas. So first thing is first, diet is key. Keeping our immune system strong, keeping the animal healthy. Fleas are usually attracted to more like weak immune compromised animals than they are a healthy animal with no immune issues. What we do in store, what I do with Zayner, oh my goodness, I forgot to put his necklace on today. I've got to grab Franklin. I just realized I forgot to put his necklace on. So Zayner wears an amber collar. They're called an amber collar, but really at the end of the day, they are more like jewelry, you guys. We're not going to connect a leash to this. We're not going to do any rough play. But these are raw Baltic amber stones. And the way that they work to help prevent fleas and ticks is they emit an aromatic terpene that repels the fleas and ticks. They don't like the smell of it. We don't smell it, they don't smell it, but the fleas and ticks do. It also, as it lays against the fur, it kind of creates a bit of a static charge. Again, nothing that they can feel, nothing that we can feel, but it makes it tough for the fleas and ticks to be able to actually stick to the fur. So this is the first thing that I do. I do this because it's a natural option. When we're using natural options to combat those pesky fleas and ticks, we need to do a double, a triple, a quadruple up, because none of the products that I'm using to prevent fleas and ticks are toxic. They're not chemicals, which means they're not potent. The best part about that is they're also not harmful to Zane. That is why I use them. So I use his amber collar. So he wears his amber collar. I take it off when we go to sleep at night. This is obviously why I forgot to put it on this morning. I did, right? He's not wearing it?
He's not wearing it.
Okay, so I took it off last night before we went to bed and I forgot to put it on this morning. The other thing that I do is I take one of our essential oil blends. So we have two different ones. We've got a bug off and an F off. We're currently out of both of those, but we will have more F off bugs tonight at 5 o'clock. Sarah will be in. That is one of the local products. So I actually take that. I used to just kind of rub it on my hands, and I rubbed it all over Zayner's undercarriage and his legs and everywhere where he kind of goes into grass. But he gets really greasy when I do that, obviously. It's an essential oil. So what I've started doing is I've just kind of put a little bit on his bandana, and then I lay the bandana across his back when we go for a walk. And then he also wears...
That one's more so ticks, though.
Yeah, it will repel fleas, ticks, and dust mites. So this is new in store, you guys. This is tickless, and it actually emits an ultrasonic wave that kind of puts a protective bubble around to prevent fleas, ticks, and dust mites. So Zayner is totally loaded up when we go for a walk. He's wearing his collar, he's wearing a bandana with his essential oils. I rub the essential oils on me. I put the tickless, I actually hang it on his leash right beside him because it is quite big when he's as tiny as he is, and this thing is, well, big for a little guy. So I actually hang it on his leash so it's kind of sitting near him. And then I also have one for myself, which is the same kind of thing, it just clips onto my pants. And that is the way that I try to prevent fleas and ticks for Zayner and what we recommend in store.
Yeah.
That was a long one.
Maybe we should do a few more questions and then get to the reveal, since Sarah is coming out
That is a true story. What time is it?
It's
Oh, it's 1:45. Okay.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, well, let's find a couple more questions and then we will do the big reveal for the new fresh food coming to a freezer near you today.
We got a question. Probably good to give after vaccines or any junk vets give to dogs. That liver stuff is what I'm referring to. Adored Beast also has anti-vaccinosis, which is good to be given after any vaccines, but you could definitely use a liver tonic after any medications.
And milk thistle, was that what we're...
The liver stuff. She means the
Yeah,
liver
so we
tonic.
talked about milk thistle, liver tonic, and liver
Yeah.
toxin.
Yes. So after vaccines, anti-vaccinosis by Adored Beast, and then any of your liver supplements after any meds. What was the other one you recommend for liver and pancreas? That must have
Oh,
been.
that was
We already did
that was liver tonic.
Okay, perfect. How much goat milk is too much goat milk? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck wood? Depends on your dog. How big is your dog? What is the rule of thumb for goat's milk?
Okay, first of all, not rule of thumb. Poor Miss Ella, she's so young, she doesn't realize. Rule of thumb used to be back in the day when it was legal for a man to beat his wife. As long as he used nothing thicker than his thumb, it was okay. So that was the rule of thumb. So we shall not use that anymore.
That's taken out of my vocabulary now.
So what they normally say, the guideline for goat's milk is 1 to 2 ounces for every 20 pounds of dog weight. So Zader is 5 pounds. When he gets his goat's milk, he gets an ounce of goat's milk.
Yeah.
He would not complain if I gave him 2. So it's just up to your animal.
Yeah. If you give too much pre and probiotics, they'll just have a soft stool. So if they have a soft stool, you know you're giving too much.
Yeah.
With Rue, she's like 50 pounds, and I just whoop every time, and it works perfectly. I don't measure it out. Once you know your dog, you're good. Recommendations to alleviate liver and pancreas problems for cats. You guys went over that, right?
We already went over that.
If you missed it, we post our lives to Facebook afterwards, and we also post them to YouTube, so you can go and watch where you want to.
Yeah. Hi from Ireland. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty
Hello.
cool. I freeze ice cube trays and give my 10-pound dog 1 ice cube thawed out a day. I would assume that's for the goat's milk. That is true. You can just freeze it and it's easy to pop out.
You can do that with bone broth too.
Somebody asked about the fleas and ticks again. So like we said, that'll be up on our YouTube or our Facebook page where you can go back and watch it. Are those berries safe for cats too? Of course. Do you ship to Saudi Arabia?
So we can. You'd probably have to call us though, because we would have to figure out a shipping rate.
Okay. Do you think you can give your dog too many different supplements, etc.?
Yes, I mean, like I said, you don't want a bowl of powder, so you want to rotate your supplements. But supplementing the diet is never a bad thing, and we just don't want to feed them a bowl full of powder. That's all.
Yeah. Do you recommend raw duck and chicken feet for dogs?
Yeah, 100%. And cats.
Favorite hip and joint supplement?
So right now I'm using Joint Power, which we can no longer get, but we replaced it.
You did, totally.
So we replaced our Joint Power with what is called green eggs from 4-leaf rover. What we love about this is not only does it have the green-lipped muscle in it, but it also has the eggshell membrane, which is Mother Nature's joint supplement. So this would be just like what I'm just finishing off my bottle of Super Snouts Joint Power with Zaner. But a green-lipped muscle or Adored Beast also has what is called Jump for Joints, which is a really good supplement for joint care as well.
Yeah. Somebody said, are you able to provide sources?
Sources for we don't know what.
Can I purchase the collar from you? I would assume the raw amber collar they're talking about.
Yeah, we can. So we can ship across Canada. If we're shipping outside of Canada, you just have to get a hold of us so that we can figure out a shipping rate for you, because we have a flat shipping rate across Canada, but we have to figure out shipping when we're going outside of Canada.
Yeah, for sure. For dog supplements that come in capsules, would it be okay to open it and sprinkle the powder onto the food?
If there's some liquid in there, I would do that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't, because again, then we're just asking them to try to snort up powder, and they're probably not going to like that.
Somebody asked about the liver and pancreas problems again for cats. So, like we said, that'll be on YouTube or Facebook. Yay, new food! So excited!
100 pounds. If that was for the goat's milk question, then I mean, you could be doing, again, 1 to 2 ounces for every 20 pounds of dog weight. So you could be doing 5 to 10 ounces a day if you wanted to. I wouldn't do 10 ounces in one meal, because then it's becomes soup with like food floating in it. So dump a healthy amount on there and we're good.
Yeah, for sure. Someone asked, where are you guys from? We are in Regina, Saskatchewan, which is in Canada. We just got over our gross winter. I call it gross because I don't like the cold. What should I use to avoid my cat to have urinary tract issues?
You want to make sure you're always feeding wet food every day. If you are feeding just a dry diet, we increase our chances of urinary tract issues.
Somebody said, can you say the names for the pancreas and liver? I couldn't read the brand. It was backwards.
So we had Live Strong Milk Thistle, or we have Adored Beast Liver Tonic, or we have Omega Alpha Omega Alpha
liver tone.
Yes. I always correct myself.
What is goat's milk good for?
Goat's milk is a natural probiotic. Goat's milk is a natural tummy tamer. It is a natural antihistamine. It can help with GERD, which is that kind of like acid reflux for dogs. So it's kind of like they're burping all the time. It can help with gas. It can help with diabetes. It can help with asthma. Kefir, which is a fermented goat's milk, can also help with yeast infections because of the billions and billions of extra healthy bacteria.
Yeah.
Goat's milk is a fantastic addition to any bowl.
And kefir, if you're trying to get your dog to gain weight, kefir is a great way to get on that healthy weight. But yeah.
Yeah. Is that it?
That is it.
Okay.
Oh. No, I couldn't hear because of all the barking for the liver supplements. We'll list them one more time.
So, Live Strong Milk Thistle, Adored Beast Liver Tonic, and Omega Alpha Liver Tone. Those would be the 3.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna grab the phones.
You're gonna grab the phones. Should I just start ripping it down?
Olivia. Well, once I get over there,
we have to remember this one doesn't flip.
there goes the microphone, you guys, for Facebook. Okay. Well, I'm going to
Goat's milk is good for cats as well. So
flip
yes.
this.
This one doesn't flip, remember, so you have to hold it.
That's okay. I can.
Oh, you want to help me rip it down, or do you want to hold the phone?
Yes.
Oh, Ella wants to rip it down.
I knew she would. Okay. Do I have you in there?
Yeah, that's perfect right there.
Okay, you guys. Brand new food. Ooh, you rip it. You have been waiting for such a long time, Ella. Yay! Oh! Zainer and Rue are pretty excited. So, okay. So, what we have brought in, do you want to hold that one so that you can make sure that... So what we have brought in, you guys, the brand new fresh food that you have been waiting for is Iron Will Raw. Iron Will is a Canadian-made raw food. Here, I'm going to just tell you a very quick high level, and then Ella is going to tell you all of the details, because of course she's been researching like a fiend. So they have a Puppy-licious, which is a puppy-formulated raw food, complete and balanced. And then they have their original... No, wait, where am I? Yes, they have their original dinners. And we've got those, okay. And then we have the basic single proteins. And then they also have variety packs.
So there's 4 different variety packs. So there's the prairie pack, there's the ranchland pack, there's the chickenless pack, and there's the canine pack.
Am I got you in there?
A little
Oh, and
all hail!
so coming in July too, which we're pretty excited about, is they will have complete, like the option for complete and balanced without the need for rotation. So that's, or supplement. So that's super exciting. Now, do I see you both in this one?
You do.
Okay, perfect. So, Ella, would you let... Valerie says, Jovi needs more raw. We'll be in tomorrow. Well, we will see you then. Okay.
We've got lots of comments about Iron Will Raw. We've been anxiously waiting for a pet store to bring it in. Love following along on their TikTok. Their TikTok is super cool. They show you behind the scenes. They show you how they clean it down. Speaking of, they are HACCP, I believe I'm saying that right?
Yes.
Certified. So that is the highest standards of, like, you have to follow these rigorous protocols. Super awesome certification there. Really means that they are doing the best. They are getting the best raw material. They are handling it properly. Everything is clean before and after. Guaranteed no cross-contamination between formulas. So if you have a super sensitive dog, that is great. And they also have a basic meal. So these basic meals are just meat, organs, bone, and then they do require you to add your own supplements or not. But the great thing about those guys is if you're wanting to do an elimination diet, you can for up to 2 months on that food, just this food, no supplements, and then slowly introduce things that you thought might be good for your animal. You can get them to a good place and then introduce what we're thinking might work. If we have flare-ups, we know what it is then. So really awesome food. They've got some cool kangaroo, rabbit. They've got some really cool proteins. So we are excited to have them.
Yes.
Yes. And so for everybody who was anxiously waiting, there you go. Woo.
So weird without it on that.
I know, right?
Seeing it with-
Okay, perfect.
I'll show you what the individual packages look like.
Oh, Ella's gonna show us more.
I'm excited. These are smaller ones. They're 1 pound packages, but they have an easy pull tab here. They just look like this, and then they're in 1 pound portions. So if you know what your dog eats, you can follow what's needed, and they're super easy little packages.
And if you're wondering, okay, so you're showing us this package, how much does that feed compared to my dog? They actually have a feeding calculator on their website that makes it super simple and easy to use so that you know exactly how much to feed your pet.
And it also currently tells you what to supplement with. The other thing that we asked for was for them to take that feeding calculator and supplementation and add one extra piece of information which would allow you to look up basically by your dog's weight. And they are working on that now. So we already love the partnership with them. They have been fantastic. Jess, their nutritionalist, is amazing. She knows her stuff like inside and out. So we feel very comfortable with the relationship so far, and we love the fact that we have got Iron Will in store.
We did our training with them earlier this week as well.
Wait for the TikTok, you guys, when you see how we blew off steam after our training session. All right. Are there any questions that I can't see?
We've got some questions.
So I just seen quickly what proteins does Iron Will carry. So they have pork, turkey, rabbit, beef, chicken, and kangaroo. So they have at least 6 different proteins.
They're for dogs and cats. Their basic meals are suggested for cats, but then they also have a feline complete formula that will be coming out in a couple months. July, yay! We got excellent. We have a lot of people who do so well in Iron Will. Definitely a quality product.
It definitely is.
I was wondering about puppy food. What would be best, wet, dry, or raw? We got the new Puppylicious by Iron Will Raw, so that is complete balance for puppies. So yeah, I think that is it for our live today.
The current Puppylicious formula is chicken and beef, and they're again in July. They are coming out with
Turkey and
turkey-
beef.
Was it turkey and beef?
Turkey and
Okay,
beef.
I knew it was a different protein. Yeah.
So if your dog can't have chicken, they'll be coming out with a chickenless puppy.
Yes, for sure.
They're little Puppylicious here. We are so excited for that one. to start them off on the or love them right from the start, which could not be more true. Perfect. I think that is that's
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for spending some of your Friday afternoon with us. For those of you who are local to us, tomorrow is National Dog Mom Day. And last Saturday we handed out some little gifts to dog moms. We ran out very quickly, so we have replenished the stock, you guys. So if you're out and about tomorrow and you're in the Regina area, pop on by for your free Dog Mom Day gift. We will also be doing the draw for our Dog Mom Day gift basket, which is all stuff to pamper you, the dog mom. And stay tuned, because next weekend, you guys, we are doing a great big fundraiser that we want you to be part of, and it's very easy for you to do it. So stay tuned for those details, because we are going to raise the roof when it comes to fundraising. All right, you guys, have a fantastic Friday. We will. We're here till 6 o'clock tonight, which is only an hour. We're here 11 till 6 tomorrow. Closed on Sunday. Back again on Monday. So see you guys.
See you
either
guys.
online or in store.
Bye.
Bye-bye.